Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the October Murrieta Student of the Month program. I'd like to say congratulations to all of our students and a big thank you to all of our staff, families, and sponsors. We're doing a really quick picture right now. All right. There we go. I'd like to welcome Cameron Stevens to come forward to lead us in prayer this morning.
Good morning. Morning, Cameron. Skip, it's always good to see you, man. Always good to see you. Okay. Would you all stand with me and we'll open in prayer. Let's pray. Father, we come before you this morning and are so grateful to you for the beautiful weather we've been having and the opportunity to be here now as a community, as family, as friends, as we celebrate these kids who have accomplished so much. Lord, we pray that you would continue to bless their lives and all that they do as they continue to work through their final year. Lord, any plans that they are making or have made regarding life after high school, Lord, we pray that it would be honoring to you, that they would walk in you, and Lord, we know the plans that you have for us are amazing. They provide us hope and joy and love, and Lord, we thank you again for this morning and pray that you would bless us now. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Cameron. And if we could have Mayor Jonathan Ingram lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Morning, everyone. Good morning. Oh, that's weak. Come on. Good morning. Good morning. We're alive and we're blessed to be in Murrieta, right? So we're going to pledge allegiance to the flag. Let's keep in mind all that have sacrificed for us to make sure that we have the ability to assemble here. Those that are serving overseas that are in active military and our inactive military. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. If you could be seated. And at this time, I'm going to welcome Sally Myers to come forward, the founder of the Murrieta Student of the Month program, to share a little bit about the history and mission.
Good morning. Good morning. It is such a pleasure to be here in Murrieta at our Student of the Month program. And as Mary said, I'm going to share a little bit with you about the history of our program. We actually began 27 years ago in Temecula in the 92-93 school year. We moved up to Murrieta a couple years after that, up to Lake Elsinore and in Paris, Menifee. So we actually have four programs like this a month, and it, I must tell you, is exciting to come together with these wonderful families and students in our community. And so in Murrieta, the mission of our program is actually the same as it was originated 27 years ago, and it's how your son or daughter was selected. So I'd like to share that with you. We are a nonprofit organization, and we're honoring high school, college-bound seniors for their character, their love of learning, how you all have juggled numerous activities from campus activities to athletics, community service, or may have persevered through challenging life circumstances, all in a setting that honors God, our country, community, and free enterprise. And I really don't know where you can go and get all of that under one roof, but we do it in Murrieta and at the Student of the Month program. All of our students are here, and they're going to share a special story. And their stories are going to be about we talked about character, but it really is how they have been set apart, their passion for what they believe in. And you're going to get to hear from their family today, their mentor teacher, and it truly is an exciting time. And it's an inspiring time as well, so I know that you will enjoy it. Our program, what makes it so fun and unique is that we are completely organized by volunteers, and everyone that participates just loves the program. And I believe in volunteers that have a heart and a passion, and all of these folks do, and I'd like to introduce them to you. Our chair and scholarship coordinator is Llewellyn Fickey, and she is unable to be here today, but she is just one fabulous lady. And our co-chair, her name is Jennifer Pham, and she actually is the 2002 Murrieta Valley High School Student of the Year. So she went off to college and has come back and part of our program, and she's now a mommy of 2, and she's not able to be here this morning, but I spoke to her just the other day and she said, "Sally, be sure to tell everyone congratulations." We have Monica Gutierrez, and she is our publicity coordinator, the public information officer at Murrieta Valley Unified School District. So Miss Monica over here, so we thank you very much. And you have met Mary Walters, our MC. So Miss Mary, if you want to please stand and everyone can say thank you again. Our communication coordinator is Rhonda Levine, and Miss Rhonda, if you want to stand, and she is what I call the voice of our program. She sends out all the emails and does all the communicating to all of our sponsors in the schools, and she just has a real lovely disposition about her, and we just are so grateful to have her part of our program. We have Dan Stake with Alta Pacific Bank, and he's one of our great greeters, Mr. Dan, so thank you very much. As well as Andy Morris with Farmers Insurance. Mr. Andy, thank you very much, and the Murrieta Valley Chamber of Commerce. We also have Derek Gonzalez with Altura Credit Union. And Mr. Derek is a greeter, and he coordinates our gift bag, so he's the gift bag king for our program. We have Lori Lutweiler, and she helps us also with gifts from Alta Pacific Bank in the back here. Miss Lori, thank you very much. And Murrieta Valley Unified School District prints our programs, and so we thank Murrieta Valley very much for that. And Miss Catherine Pepe, she is with Loma Linda University and Temecula Olive Company. Miss Catherine, we always appreciate you for all that you help with our scholarship program and our gift bag name tag. So everybody has these great jobs, and we're so grateful. And so I believe that covers everybody that's here today. So with that, Miss Mary, back to you. Thank you.
Well, at this time, we would like to recognize all of our students and our principals. So from Murrieta Mesa High School, we have student Amaya Johnson Lewis and her principal Steve Ellis. And from Murrieta Canyon Academy, we have student Journey Aish and principal Martina Beach Hedges. Did I do it? And from Murrieta Valley High School, we have student Hannah Tudor and principal Mark Pettengill. And from Calvary Christian High School, we have student Se-Young Choi and principal Derek Roth. And from Springs Charter School, we have student Ashlyn Johnson and principal Ben Taylor. And from Vista Murrieta High School, we have student Malia Webster and principal Mick Wager. Congratulations to our students and all of their families today. At this time, I'd like to invite up Andy Morris from the Murrieta Chamber of Commerce to share a few congratulatory words.
Good morning, everybody. I am Andy Morris. I'm the past chairman of the board for the Murrieta-Wildomar Chamber of Commerce, and I am the lucky one from our board of directors that gets to be here today and to congratulate you students on your accomplishments of being Student of the Month. It's a big deal, a really big deal. You know, and I also want to congratulate the parents and the teachers, the administrators, and everybody who helped you get here today, because it takes a lot, and I know, but most importantly, you guys did it. And we just want you to know how much we care about you guys. The almost 1,000 businesses of the Murrieta-Wildomar Chamber of Commerce, we care, and that's why we are part of this program. And we just want you to continue to do great things and enjoy the rest of your year. But most importantly, when you go off and you do things, we'd love you to come back to Murrieta and give back. You know, that's really one of the important things for us. We just live in the great community, and you guys are just awesome. And so we hope you enjoy the program today, and just know how much we truly care about you guys, and we congratulate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. And at this time, I'd like to thank Chris Tomasian and Ken Dixon, Murrieta Valley Unified School District Board members, for being here this morning. So thank you. We would like to thank Group 1 Production and Stephen Ashby for videotaping today's event. It will be available to view on the Murrieta Valley Unified School District website and through a link in your program. Stephen, our cameraman, he drives over the Ortega Highway once a month for this program, so thank you, Stephen. And we'd like to thank Kip Cothran from Casey Photography, our amazing photographer this morning, who's providing everyone free access to all of the pictures from this morning. Parents and those in attendance can view his website that's listed in the program. Thank you, Kip. And thank you to the City of Murrieta for providing airtime on our Time Warner cable channel so we can see this program. So thank you, City of Murrieta. At this time, we can clap. At this time, I would like to thank the sponsors. From A1 Tuscany Travel, we'd like to thank Margaret Jones. From Abbott, we'd like to thank Sal Mendez and Ray Evans for being here this morning. From Alta Pacific Bank, we'd like to thank Dan Stake and Lori Lutweiler for being here this morning. Where are they? There we go. From Altura Credit Union, we have Derek Gonzalez and Joshua Smith. Thank you. From Azusa Pacific University, Nacheli Rodriguez for being here. Thank you, Nacheli. From BMW Management Sizzler Restaurants, of course, Sally Myers. From California State University, San Marcos, Donna San Miguel. From Calvary Murrieta Christian High School, Derek Roth. From the City of Murrieta, Mayor Jonathan Ingram and Scott Agajanian. Where are you guys? Okay, thank you. Mr. and Mrs. Kenneth Dixon. From Davies Financial Advisors, Andy Davies. Thank you for being here this morning. From DCH Auto Group, Al Rubio. Thank you, Al. From Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District, Andy Morris. From Farmers Insurance, Andy Morris. From Gosford Temecula, Donna Holliday, Stephanie Sandoval, and Alex Waller. Thank you. And Mr. and Mrs. Patrick Kelly for being here this morning. From King Law Firm, we have Rachel King, and all of you award your Students of the Month. You will be getting a little card from Rachel about a scholarship opportunity, so make sure that you fill that out. From Loma Linda University Medical Center, Catherine Pepe. Thank you, Catherine. Mayor and Mrs. Jonathan Ingram. Thank you. From Mount San Jacinto College, Mary Lou Dillard. From RC Grading, Dean and Robin Christ. From Richie's Real American Diner, Linda Williams. From the Rotary Club of Murrieta, Bob Bodemeyer. From Springs Charter School, we have Ben Taylor. Temecula Olive Oil Company, Catherine Pepe. So let's give a round of applause for all of our sponsors. So, Student of the Month, as a Student of the Month, you'll be invited to complete a scholarship application in the spring for the Student of the Year. You will compete against other students only from your high school. The Student of the Year breakfast will be held in May, and the entire list of Murrieta Student of the Month sponsors is listed in our program. Now we are getting to the most important part of our program, our student presentations. You will hear examples of character, college choice, and future plans. The students will share their heartfelt stories with you today, and you will quickly understand why they are chosen as Students of the Month. Remember, schools, time limit is 5 minutes per school. That's for the principals. The principal has 1 minute. It's hard to keep your comments to a minute. Student has 2.5 minutes, the teacher has a minute, and the family has a minute to share. Students, when you come forward, please bring your family and guests with you. Guests, save a dry corner of your napkins for the heartfelt student presentations. Students, try to relax and speak clearly into the microphone. Remember, we're all friends here. And please stand close together so Stephen can get you into the picture. We want the principal and the teacher on this side and student and family on this side. So we are going to begin this morning with Amaya Johnson Lewis from Murrieta Mesa High School.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, Mr. Ellis goes first. Go, baby.
And that's why she's been selected. She doesn't even need us. Good morning, everybody. My name is Steve Ellis. I'm the principal at Murrieta Mesa High School, where I'm privileged to get to work with incredible students like the young lady you're about to meet. I look forward to this amazing event every month, and I'm thrilled that the rest of you are going to meet another one of Mesa's gems. I would like to start by thanking Sally, Jennifer, Llewellyn, and the rest of the sponsors for putting on this amazing event. I love the best morning of my month, every month, all year long. I'd also like to thank and congratulate all the other students in here, your families, and educators, as it does take all of us to have people standing here like Amaya, who you're going to meet. It does take a team. This morning it is my pleasure to introduce to you, Murrieta Mesa Senior of the Month for October, Amaya Johnson Lewis. First, I'll give you a few items from Amaya's high school experience that may explain on the surface why she's being recognized today. She's an incredibly strong student, maintains a great GPA, taking rigorous courses, lots of AP classes. She's been in leadership for 4 years. She's been class president for 3 of those 4 years. She took 10th grade off of being president in order to be publicity chair for USB, or ASB, depending on where you go to school. She's active in our BSU club, works at Jamba Juice, has helped build houses in Oakland during the summer of 2017, and is the founder of the Natural Hair Club. We'll get to that later. Amaya is an amazing young lady, and Mesa is lucky to have her. She's a force of positivity. She has an incredible smile that she shares with everyone. She always greets everyone with a warm smile and a happy hi. Students and staff alike are glad to know Amaya because she just makes everything better. I know that's not a quantifiable characteristic or accomplishment, but get to know her just a bit and you'll understand exactly what I mean. During her time at Mesa, Amaya has made some significant impacts, probably even more than she recognizes. Today, I'd like to talk about one of these impacts, the founding of the Natural Hair Club, which started this year. I asked her what that was about, and she explained it was about self-acceptance. Amaya went on to explain the pressures of making sure her hair is done up a little bit, but not too much. She described the balance of trying to avoid criticism and judgment, all based on what was done with her hair or others' hair. That was not okay with her, and thus she started a club, one of the fastest growing clubs on campus. As a father of daughters, I have tremendous appreciation and respect for this young lady standing here spreading the message that everybody's good enough the way they were created and that we should not let society determine our value based on physical traits. Getting to know her over the last couple of years, Amaya is the epitome of respect, humbleness, gratitude, and overall just amazingness. It is clear from the nominations I received from staff and my, and my own insight into Amaya that we believe she embodies Mesa pride, purpose, responsibility, integrity, duty, and excellence. And she has already left a legacy even before she graduates. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Amaya Johnson Lewis.
Good morning, everybody. For the formal time, thank you. I'd like to thank Mr. Ellis for the introduction. It is a blessing to be here with you guys today. I'd like to introduce my beautiful mother and my sister, Alanis and Jenny, and my incredible leadership advisor, Mrs. Volmar. He's opened many doors for me. Thank you, guys. As the weeks progress and college quickly approaches, I plan to apply to Howard University, an HBCU, also known as a historically black college or university. This is based in Washington, D.C., and I want to major in business management. From there, I plan on working my way to become a CEO of a business or opening one of my own. In the summer of 2008, after the recession hit and forced me and my family to uproot from my hometown of St. Louis, Missouri, we found ourselves here. Peering at life through these rose-colored glasses as a child, I was beyond excited to live with a celebrity or swim with dolphins. That wasn't true. My reality quickly became evident as we moved up to 7 times out of the years that we've been here, dealing with financial instability, depression, social anxieties. At times, the odds weren't always in my favor. I originally was supposed to attend Murrieta Valley, go Nighthawks, being enrolled in Tobichaud in elementary. I was so excited for the first day of middle school and was planning to start the next 7 years with my familiar faces at Thompson and then moving on to MV. That quickly changed when I ended up at Shavela. My path abruptly shifted again. But little did I know, the change would lead to some of the best experiences yet. Against the odds, I made new friends and began starting a new life. It can only be so new for someone so young, but you get the gist of it. Against all the odds, I made new friends and began starting a new life. Leadership and the love around me stayed constant and became more evident as I progressed and grew. Attaining the titles of class president, creating my own club, and now working at your local Jamba Juice. The past summer, leading into the senior year, I had the privilege of attending the National Student Leadership Conference at UC Berkeley, where I spent 9 days in the Business and Entrepreneurship program. This is all possible to Mrs. V for recommending me, so I'd like to say thank you. During my 9 days there, I worked with students all across the globe, such as Burma, Brazil, Costa Rica, and Australia, on a product pitch where we had to create a product, produce the necessary statistics, and build a foundation for our imaginary business. Being set with the task of collaborating ideas from the minds of different cultures, dialects, lifestyles, mindsets, and knowledge, I felt like this challenge would be too big to defeat. A few weeks before my trip, my favorite band, The Internet, dropped their album Hive Mind. The album name was quite intriguing to me. Hive Mind? The 5 members of this band, all harboring different styles of music, apparent in their solo albums, were able to all come together and produce such a seamless sound that you would never have detected their different personalities because of how they worked together for a greater purpose and passion, hence the title Hive Mind. I took this inspiration into how I'd interact with these people I barely knew, making sure to incorporate the most valued ideas, opinions, and my leadership experience to create our life-changing product, Bathletes. Bath bombs for athletes. Did we win? No. But did I learn valuable lessons and build relationships that will last a lifetime? Yes. And I now look forward to my next chapter in instilling those same lessons with a new worldly perspective as I apply to Howard. I am proud and thankful that I had the opportunity to attend National Student Leadership Conference, and I am proud that I got to learn the essentials from my major in business. My world is opening, and it's mine to take. Thank you for listening to my story, and a big thank you goes to Sizzlers and the sponsors here today, and for your support and generosity. Now I'd like to introduce my leadership advisor, Mrs. Bullmeyer.
Hi. Good morning. We haven't heard that yet this morning. My name is Amy Lee Volmar, and I'm the Activities Director at Murrieta Mesa. What I'm going to speak from my paper is pretty redundant. You're going to hear a little bit of everything, and then I'm going to end with more heart. My name is Amy Lee Volmar, the Activities Director at Murrieta Mesa. I have been privileged to speak on behalf of this lovely young lady beside me, Amaya Johnson. Amaya's... I'm not gonna. Amaya has been with me for the past 4 years as a leadership student. At her first interview in the spring of 2015, I saw a spark in the young face of Amaya. She had poise and a strong sense of self. Amaya interviewed confidently, and I knew as the incoming director I needed her on my team. What has the past held for Amaya? The leadership role has had its ups and downs for Amaya. She was voted in as her class president of 2019, her freshman year. Ambitious and ready to rock, Amaya is still fearless. Serving as president her freshman year required that she immediately became a leader. Amaya experienced significant disappointment when she was not reelected her sophomore year. I wish I could say that's where all the disappointments ended. However, that was not the case. Amaya had a dark spot during her sophomore year where life felt a little overwhelming. Amaya is a talented artist and found that to be her solace through her difficult time. My posters and my rally look amazing. Thank you, Amaya. Junior year saw Amaya reelected to the position of president for the class of 2019, and she was able to take advantage of a leadership conference offered by UC Berkeley. The recommendation for Amaya to this conference was based on her resiliency she's shown throughout her school and personal life. Amaya is the president of her class 3 out of 4 years at Mesa, has been publicity commissioner, started her own natural hair club, was on the homecoming court, like her mother, and still has the wave, and was actively working on her college to Howard University. I know that Amaya will be successful through her university experience as she has been at Mesa. I don't want Amaya to leave me. For 4 years, she's been steadfast. But I can't wait for the college commencement announcement that's gonna come my way and the world she's gonna change. So, thank you.
I'd like to introduce my mom, Jenny Johnson.
There you go. You're always in the middle.
Deadly when I get a microphone. I'm not shy. So I'm up here like he didn't have the Beyonce filter for the camera, so hopefully I come out all right. I'm the mother of these 2 beautiful, wonderful children. I have a son who's next in line. 2 down, 1 to go. 2 gone, 1 to go. I'm just overwhelmed. I mean, I'm hearing some things that Amaya never shared with me, as just many parents are. How was your day? What did you do? Especially the bath bombs from the camp. And I never knew that she did that. So thank you guys so much. This is an honor. This is a privilege. We came to the Murrieta Valley area back in 2008. I used to be a mortgage broker, banker, lender. The bubble popped, lost my 6-figure income, and had to come stay with my sister. So we are the new face of homelessness in Murrieta Valley. We've been homeless several times. We've been evicted a couple of times. So my children have came through amazingly. Look at them. They're awesome, and I give that glory to God because I didn't do anything to it. I just went forward every day, and this community embraced my children, gave them some planting soil, and they got some good roots here. And I'm just excited and just overwhelmed, and I'm like, I don't even know, my whole speech is gone. I was gonna really talk about high school and all that good stuff, but my girls and my daughter here is just amazing, just beautiful. And does she look like me? No. Oh, the only one that does, but you gotta just embrace them, you gotta love them. I mean, she's building her own relationships with her principal. My principal, when I went to his office, it wasn't a good thing. So I'm just proud and just overwhelmed and blessed that this community has really embraced the children that need to be, honored. Not everyone is a 4.5. I didn't even know you can do a 4.0 grade point average anymore, but this is an opportunity that is great. Continue to bring these kids to this light, to the light, and recognize them. It's awarding. It's so wonderful. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. It is my privilege to introduce Murrieta Canyon Academy Principal Martina Beach Hedges.
Squeeze together. Squeeze. Okay. You have to give direction here, Well, thank you. I am Martina Beach Hedges. I am the proud principal of Murrieta Canyon Academy. And it is my joy to be up here this morning with Journey. I just want to say thank you to Sally and all the volunteers and people who sponsor this, because it is a great thing for us to be able to recognize students who just do amazing things every day. So I want to talk about Journey. He's just an amazing young man. I don't get a lot of chance to talk with him, but I just want to say that he represents Murrieta Canyon Academy and for what we are as a school of choice. He's chosen to stay with us when he had other opportunities. And you're going to hear his story, and it's an amazing story, so I don't want to share a lot of it because I want him to be able to share. But I just want to say he's been with us technically since 8th grade. Like he was like co-enrolled. He's been here and there and then came back to us. And just an amazing story for him through struggle and things that he had to overcome. But he's the ultimate of perseverance, and that's what many of our students at Murrieta Canyon are, is just overcoming struggles just to be amazing and to be able to stand up here as our chosen student of the month. What the best thing that I can say about Journey is what his teachers have shared with me about Journey, and that's because they get to spend all their day with him. And I just want to share the words of both what students have said about Journey and what teachers have said about that he's a quiet leader, which I didn't know, I'm just gonna say, but he's a quiet leader in his class. He's calm, he's studious, he's motivated to graduate, which makes me very happy. He's just kind and easy to talk to. The students say he's cool because he plays the guitar in our guitar club, which Mr. Jabro would speak about. But just an overall calm person, and that to me, when you have just like a lot of things going on and all the struggles, that you can come through and just persevere and just make sure that he's on track to graduate, which he is, on a strong GPA, wanting to go off to college, just speaks volumes. And I just, again, just representing MCA, I just want to introduce you to Mr. Journey Aish.
Hello. I'm Journey. So I moved to America from New Zealand almost 3 years ago. And it hit me pretty hard when I got here. I was bullied pretty instantly for my accent, which I've kind of lost. And my hair, clothes I wore, and I didn't know the rules to football, which is pretty strange. But mostly in the academics, you see it. In New Zealand, it's not important. You go to school, you try not to fail. If you fail, they'll pass you anyway. So, as you'd imagine, when I got here, I was hit pretty hard. I fell behind really quickly. I came to one of the bigger schools. I couldn't do it. Kids were going like Mach 10. I couldn't keep up with them. And I soon, got really depressed. I didn't have any friends. And I ended up dropping out of MV after 3 months. And then, and then I restarted my freshman year at Murrieta Canyon Academy. And I was just going to carry on with my normal, I was just going to do an extra year of school, and I was cool with that. But then things kind of changed, I kind of decided what I wanted to do with my life. I'm a musician, you'd be able to tell. If I wasn't wearing nicer clothes, I'd be wearing a Metallica hat and a Led Zeppelin t-shirt. But so I decided I want to go to Berklee College of Music in Boston. And I know what you're probably thinking, you're like, great, he's a musician, he wants to go to music school. And I understand that, because I'm in a room full of a lot of smart people, and I kind of stick out, but that's who I am. I've never really followed the normal route to life. That's just how I am. But the point really is, I gained motivation. I decided what I wanted to do, and I decided I didn't want to have to do an extra year of school. So, the good thing about my school, they allow me to take online classes. I can jump ahead, and I was able to jump ahead a year. So I skipped my junior year, so I went freshman, sophomore, senior, and I'm on track to graduate. And I'm pretty proud of that. It's not a huge achievement, but it's big for me and what I've come from to where I am now. I've been able to hold the same job for a year and a half, and a volunteer in my church, Centerpoint, on the worship team for, like 3 to 9 on Tuesday and Wednesday, and 6 to 12 on Sunday morning, and everything's good, and I'm doing good. Thank you very much. This is my economics teacher and great guitar player, Mr. Jabro.
Thank you, Journey. First of all, congratulations again to Journey Aish for Student of the Month. My name is Mr. Jabro, and teachers at MCA have unanimously selected Journey Aish as our Student of the Month. Journey stands as our model student who inspires other students to follow their pathway and to grow in character and maturity by taking on more responsibility. MCA adopts the theme of growth mindset that allows students to develop their talents toward a brighter future for themselves. For Journey, his academic future is to study music and earn a degree in the performing arts. Journey has many outstanding qualities as an individual, but his guitar playing has his school, church, and family members turning heads when he plays. For those of you who have a musician in your family, you can understand the inspiration that comes from just listening to them practice and improving their talent. When Journey plays guitar during MCA's weekly music club session, aspiring student musicians gather around him because he inspires them to learn more about technique and performance skills. His growth mindset philosophy is contagious to his fellow students. Through his music talent, Journey inspires all of us to explore our own pathways and develop ourselves for a brighter future. Congratulations, Journey.
This is my wonderful mother, Courtney.
I'm just going to start with this, okay, because I didn't know I had to talk today, and I didn't know this was such a big deal. It's okay. So I came from a high-striving and achieving family, born and raised in America, college degrees, this, that, and the other. Married Journey's dad, surfer, builder from New Zealand. You can't, what can I say? And anyhow, we moved to New Zealand, and I was a solo mom by the time Journey was 1. So I've raised these two alone.
Done a great job.
Yes. Thanks. When Journey was in 7th grade, he had to run a cross-country competition. And I took off my day from work and drove across town to sit and cheer for him. And he was at the start line, and he was a good athlete. And everybody in the school had to participate. So we're talking a couple hundred kids. And Journey shot off from the beginning, and I had to run like maybe 2.7 miles. I don't know what it was. And I was like, yeah, I knew he was going to kill it. And I was I had awards in so many sports and all this. I'm like, here comes my kid. And like, he didn't come. And like, there's the kid that really shouldn't be ahead of him, and there's another one that shouldn't be ahead of him, and then there's that kid who just doesn't even pay attention ahead of him. And I'm like, where's my kid? And he comes flying along at the very back of the pack with with one of his friends. And I said, dude, what are you doing? He goes, I was waiting for my friend, Mom. And I was just like, he's not what I thought I wanted. But he's everything he was meant to be. People judge him and me because of the way he looks. He does normally wear all black. And he didn't want to be like me. And I remember telling God one day driving, wow, not what I thought, but exactly what you wanted, Lord, and thank you. And they think that he parties and he thinks he has low morals and he makes bad choices. But he has always been unique. He has always been completely and genuinely himself. And to be selected not for high academics, but because he's so solidly true to who he is and what he believes in. I'm just really proud. Thanks.
Yeah, right? Okay, so it is now my honor to call up Murrieta Valley High School's Principal Mark Pengill.
Yeah, this is hitting me this morning. Seeing Amaya up there and Journey, hearing your story and that, I just think back to 13 years ago when I was working at a university and I threw a bunch of things at the wall and said I need to go to Southern California. I felt led, and then applied at a bunch of districts and got a call from Murrieta. And I just kind of laughed. I was running a meeting. I don't even know where Murrieta is at. I told the gal, I'll call you back. I don't even know I want to come. Man, I'm glad we came. This is a great community, and I tell people all the time, I've worked on all ends of town, so I know that we have great kids on the east, in the middle, and on the west, and we're so blessed. My wife the other day said, I don't want to live anywhere but our neighborhood here in Murrieta, and we are so fortunate, and it's because, they say, parents will say, well, the schools are so great. The families are so great, and that's what's neat, that we have great people here, and a community of over 100,000 people, and we have a small town vibe. I just really love it. But our student here, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Murrieta Valley High School Student of the Month for October, Hannah Tudor. She is MV's school board representative. This lady does everything. She's MV's school board representative, city council representative. She's our school site council secretary, PTSA representative. We were last night 2 hours at a meeting. We're at meetings together all the time. Hannah and her fraternal twin sister Haley moved to Murrieta before their freshman year. In 8th grade, while living in Riverside, anticipating attending high school there, she applied for an ASB program at her local high school and didn't make it. They're bad. She is in her 3rd year in our leadership program and her 4th year in Science Olympiad. She was selected as one of 7 members on the CASEL Southern California Board. CASEL is the California Association of Student Leaders. She has spoken at several CASEL CATA events. She balances being a leader on our campus with excelling in several advanced placement and international baccalaureate courses. She was instrumental on our campus last year in helping to set up a school-wide student-led rally, Informed Above Fear, in response to the Parkland school shootings. Hannah is a servant on our campus. She has a passion for growing a positive culture on our campus and demonstrates her dedication by bringing her calm, confident wisdom to practically every event on campus. One of her greatest challenges is learning to say no. She's at everything. She is an example of doing everything the right way with respect, integrity, teamwork, and excellence. My pleasure to introduce Hannah Tudor.
Thank you, Dr. P, for those kind words, and thank you to all the parents, staff, students, and community members that are here today. It's an honor to receive this award, and my freshman year, looking back, I would never think I would be where I am today. And in the long run, I am so grateful to have moved to Murrieta, because without this, without Dr. P, Miss Moon, and my dad, I would not have the opportunities that I have today. And I can't wait to pursue a future in teaching and the education, because I truly found my passion in teaching others. Not only being a role model to students on our campus, but in our community, and I'm honored to be serving on the CASEL State Board to teach leaders from 6th grade to 12th grade different leadership skills to help them further their goals. And it's truly shaped me as a person. Without the strong work ethic that I've learned from my dad and the servant leadership skills I've learned from Miss Moon, I would not be the person I am today. And the opportunities that Murrieta has to offer, there's so many clubs, the welcoming community and family feel that we have here in Murrieta is truly what sets us apart. And I totally agree with Dr. P. Never would have thought I would be crashing a lot of the meetings where the staff would be in, and most of the time I am the only student, but it's truly because I care about improving the school culture and the culture of Murrieta. And if I could be the role model for a younger freshman to hopefully take my place and be that influence on our campus, that's how I know I made a difference. And I'm happy to stand up here and say that as of now, a little bit more than 6 weeks into the school year, as a senior, I know I have made that difference. And I can't wait to work the next 18 more weeks doing the exact same thing. So thank you for this award, and now I will pass it on to Ms. Gio Moon.
Thank you, Hannah. Wow. Good morning, everybody. I'm one of those rare birds here in Murrieta that can say I've been here since the beginning of Student of the Month breakfasts and lunches and all those kinds of things. And it's kind of cool to get to come and see Sally again because I haven't seen her in a while. But it's just amazing what the city of Murrieta does and the school district and the way that they appreciate the young people and really buying into the concept that, you know, they are the future. They're the ones that are going to take care of me as I get older and older. So, you know, I do my best to make sure they know that, too. A couple things Hannah didn't mention about herself is I had the opportunity to travel with Hannah and another student to San Francisco this year because she was recognized for a program called Digital for Good. And what it is it's a national-wide program where they recognize students that are doing positivity on social media. And I know that was Hannah's main platform when she started in this whole leadership world, where she really was, I guess I'm going to use the word disgusted with some of the things that go on the internet and some of the things that kids post and some of that kind of stuff. And so instead of just saying it, she got actively involved. And she is the president of our #ICanHelp Club on campus and has just been instrumental in letting kids know that if something's up there, we can get it down. We can make a difference and we can help kids know that social media is here. Even my generation, you know, the kids don't do Facebook anymore because, I'm sorry, the adults are on it now, so the kids want nothing to do with it. But just knowing that students can come to her and say, hey, you know, this kid posted this, what can we do? And we know what we can do because Hannah has actively been involved in finding that out and pursuing that avenue. And so that's just one of the aspects. And I am going to tell you that the one thing I taught her this year, I said there are 2 little letters that you need to learn, and it's N and O, because she would do everything given the opportunity, but I don't want to burn her out. So I did encourage her to use that word in her vocabulary once in a while and step back, and I took it from a different approach. Encourage somebody else to take your place and give somebody else the opportunity to do the things that you want to do and kind of guide them. And then you can say no and put somebody else in that spot. But that's who Hannah is. She's an amazing young lady, and it's been a pleasure being her teacher, and I'm the blessed one here.
Now I have with me my dad, Kuzma Tutor.
Hi, how you guys doing this morning? Me and Hannah's mom, Melinda, are truly blessed. We have twin girls that are amazing. They make us proud every day. It's a testament to the community here and the school, the staff. There's so many programs that they offer these kids. We live our lives pretty simple. I mean, I'm a really simple guy. I don't need much in my life. But what we instill in our children is what we leave in this world. And I know Hannah, Haley will influence others, and they'll take it and make the world a better place. And the opportunities she gets through the school, they have so many programs. It makes the schools here just an opportunity for these kids to grow. Life skills that they learn, the stuff that she's got to do. She took her first plane trip to San Francisco. And we don't push our kids at all for school. This is something that they do truly on their own. From the simple stuff we do out, I moved to Arizona, truthfully, to get out of some of the California problem. We pay too much in taxes, we have all that stuff. But the opportunity where we live out in Arizona is just giving them so many positive building blocks. You know, when she got up first time across the wakeboarding, you know, the smile on her face sitting in the back of the boat watching her, it's just those things that we help build more well-rounded, you know, students, people, and truly my kids put themselves, you know, everybody else above themselves. And that's what I feel that, you know, we need in life. And like I said, they make us very proud. She's accomplished a lot, but it wouldn't be for the fact that the community here and the students, the staff, the little things that they do on campus make it a learning environment for everybody, not just academics, but the building blocks that they'll need to take and get through life. And that's all we can take and hope. We'll be gone, and our kids will be here, and how they influence others is the greatest thing that we can give to any community, any family. So many people put other things in front of what's truly important, and being happy with yourself, self-confidence, especially in the world that we live in today. It's a testament to what you guys have created here. And, you know, I want to thank everybody. Thank you people for giving her these things. Don't get her head too big. She still has to be grounded. But like I said, it's amazing what you guys have down here. And it should be a model for other things. And it truly is changing the way that these kids look at the future. So I want to thank everybody. It's been great.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to ask to the podium Derek Roth. And did I do that right? No? Yes. Okay, you are next on the list. Derek Roth and his student from Calvary Murrieta. Come on up.
All right, good morning. My name is Derek Roth. I'm the principal at Calvary Murrieta Christian Schools, and today you get to meet someone amazing. Sun Yoon Choi is our student of the month, and she is an amazing personality. We love her so much. And on my way up to the podium here, I was looking at these amazing pastries that we have there, and I didn't realize what it actually says. It says here, "What did I do to deserve all this?" And that's what I think of with Sun Yoon, you know? What did I do? She's so amazing.
I'm a pastry?
No, you're not a pastry, but you're so much more. Oh, no, she's an amazing light on our campus and so loved. We're reading a book as a staff this semester, and it talks about the main premise of the book is kindness and how to live a life of kindness. And that idea that it promotes is the firm center, the beliefs that you have, the strong convictions that you have, remain strong in those, but have soft edges that you're able to listen and be able to understand other people's point of view. And that's really Sun Yoon. She is so kind on our campus and so amazing. She sits and listens, and she communicates in such an effective way on our campus, and we're so gonna miss her. But each student that I asked to come in and talk with us about Student of the Month, I asked them for their favorite verse, and this verse here, actually she gave me two, but I'm gonna read one of them here, and it just is her. It is the reason that she lives, and it's out of 1 John 4:11. It says, "Beloved, if God loved us, if he so loved us, we ought to love one another." And that's really how she lives her life, just completely and passionately in love with people, in love with her God, and she is that firm center and soft edges. So we're very proud to have Sun Yoon Choi as our Student of the Month. So I want to introduce you to her.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. Oh, okay. If I knew this was gonna happen, I should have stopped measuring how long my presentation was gonna be yesterday. I kept pressing the timer, and then crossing out lines, and then adding a bit lines because I felt like that was too little detail. But oh well. To start off, I'd like to thank my good principal and all the good men and women who founded and supported this program. All of our sponsors were so generous that they just actively search for high school seniors whom they would like to encourage and support. I genuinely mean this because I know it isn't the easy thing to simply get up and do good for people you have never met before. And my stomach would also like to say thanks to Sizzler because breakfast is my most important and favorite meal. I love it. And I would also like to acknowledge all my teachers by name, but unfortunately, I don't have the time to do that. But at least I can say confidently that all the teachers I've had the fortune to meet at Calvary were some of the most loving and intelligent people I've met. They are all passionate about teaching the subjects to their kids, and they are equally passionate about the love of God. Mrs. Cheryl Price, my history teacher here, has shown all of these qualities since I first came to Calvary in my sophomore year. She has watched me grow from the mopey international student in the corner there over yonder that didn't say anything, and into the slightly little more affable girl you see here. And all throughout, she has continued to be one of our most motherly teachers. Really, really. And for the family I have here in the U.S., this is my Aunt Tara. Who helps me with all the paperwork and all of the technical stuff I can't understand, although she intimidates me at times. I deeply appreciate the incredible amount of effort she puts in order that I might receive the best education possible. And this is my grandma and my grandpa, who take care of their busy student despite the absurd requests I make of them often. They've discovered that their grandchild is not really an angel. Yet they still spoil me so much. However, I hope that I will not be so spoiled as to that I don't remember in the future all that they have done for me. And although he's not here, I would also like to thank my Uncle Ken, who likes to encourage me to push myself academically, and when I'm neglecting to do that, likes to push me himself off a cliff so that I wake up and do my work. I also can't say all of my friends' names because there are too many of them, which is something I actually couldn't have imagined when I first came to America. These are some very cliche adjectives, but I really think that they are extraordinarily kind, smart, and funny kids that decided that they were going to go up to the mopey international student in the corner over there. And like real friends, they also possess the ability to pronounce my name correctly, which I'm very thankful for. I thank them for making what would have been 3 awesome years of education into 3 awesome years of high school. And lastly, I'll say my thank yous to my mom in Korea. I remember one time my mom and I the two of us were walking through the aisles in the supermarket. And she didn't say anything until out of the blue she said, hey Sung-yoon, we have only $50 in our bank account. I didn't understand how serious that was because I was too ignorant. And because my mom had always kept the fact that she was working terribly hard as a single mom to support the 4 of us, that we were in truth not well off. And she kept all of that a secret from us so that we would not have to suffer along with her. She wouldn't accept any major financial help from her family because she didn't want to burden them as well. But at that moment, she probably just wanted a little bit of comfort. But all I could say was, it'll be okay because I didn't know any better. I feel so sorry. To keep things short, I'll say that I and my family did not starve to death because God had listened to the prayers my mom would say every night after she got home from work. I admit that I embarrassingly did not do anything then to help my mom. But now I've learned a bit, and I still have hopefully quite a few years left of my life. My goal is to go to college, I don't know, Harvard, or School of the Art Institute of Chicago, or Parsons, or Pratt Institute, or New York University, wherever God brings me to get a great art education, to pursue a degree in visual arts, preferably illustration, in order to start paying back my mom, all of the people who've helped me with my efforts and creations. I may never be able to pay back all of my debts, but I think it's worth trying. I've tasted love, and now I'm willing to give it back to all those around me. I'll be able to show them unconditional love that I've received from God, and to all the people around me who might need some unexpected love like I did and still do. Thank you to all of you for listening. I thought I was gonna not make the same mistake, but yeah, I forgot to introduce Mrs. Price again. Mrs. Price, would you come up? Thank you.
Hi, it's good to be here today and to honor you and all the other. I've had the honor and the privilege to be in Sun Yoon's, to be her world history teacher in 10th grade, and her AP US history in 11th, and this year we're in a National Honor Society together, so we still continue our relationship. Yay. I've watched her grow into a young woman of God who exhibits a lot of diligence in her study, way more than most students. She has an extremely high academic and critical thinking skills, but the thing that impresses me the most is she doesn't just try and learn to get a good grade. She's always in my room asking me a question, and what do you think about this, and all of that kind of stuff. She's also an amazing artist and illustrator, and an extremely articulate writer. I've seen her reach out to staff and students. It's an amazing thing. One year, she cleaned the library every day after school. I don't know why. This year, she's adopted an international student, and he's been kind of adopted. Yeah, not really. Yeah, just helping him adjust to the school and coming in. I think you asked me to pray for him, and because she's concerned next year when she's gone, and he'll still be there. Along with all of her busy things that she's doing, she's done art club and writing clubs. This year she's volunteering at a Korean language school. And with all of that going on, she passes her AP tests with 5s. I can't even imagine getting a 5 on an AP test, let alone getting one when you're an international student and English is your second language. So anyway, thank you. Congratulations.
Oh, and my mom is not present with me because she's in Korea, so Mr. Roth will be reading what my mom wrote for me.
All right. All right. So Sun Yoon's mom is obviously in Korea. Her father passed away, and she's just such a light through all of the circumstances that she's gone through. But her mom wanted to say some things, and it says here, "Hello, this is Sun Yoon's mom speaking." A little different. But
with a deep voice.
Deep voice, yeah. To be called Sun Yoon's mom makes me very proud. But I'm not going to rattle on about the things that makes me proud of her. She is the one who has translated this for me, so she'll be embarrassed, very embarrassed, if she had to translate that all for me. A few things I must say. I'm so very, very thankful for her. I'm thankful that I am Sun Yoon's mom, for she continually reminds me of God's promise. He had taken away my husband's life before he took ours, but he had also promised me that he would be the one to raise Sun Yoon and her 2 younger siblings. And I think he's keeping that promise. I sincerely thank Sun Yoon's grandparents, her uncle, her aunt, her teachers, many people who have supported, comforted, and cared for her when I couldn't. I believe that the award Sun Yoon is receiving will be the start of even more growth for her. So I give my warmest and most heartfelt thanks to those who are bestowing this reward today. And I want to thank our Lord. Such a sweet thing. So, man, I'm crying a lot today. This has been amazing. So, what did I do to deserve all this? Thank you, Lord, for all these students. They're amazing. Okay, next up we have Springs Charter School with Principal Ben Taylor. Come on up.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for including our small school in this event every month. We have the privilege at Temecula Student Center of being here twice a month, and it's a joy to be in such a room with great educators and phenomenal students and just hear about the stories and the achievements. So we appreciate being here. It's my pleasure and privilege this morning to introduce Ashlyn Johnson as Temecula Student Center Student of the Month for October. Like I said, we get an October and February choice, so out of 170 students, it's a hard deal to only have two choices, but we appreciate Ashlyn this morning. I want to highlight her passion, her contagious smile, and her boundless energy. Ashlyn is one of those people on campus who give me the energy to make it through the day. I see her coming down the hall, and I can't wait to have a conversation with her, even though I think she's kept me at school many, many nights. I'm the only administrator for the high school, and so every event she plans means I'm not home. So we have this love-hate relationship. So anyway, the more events, the better. So Ashley has been involved all through Springs Charter. She's taken dual enrollment classes at Mount San Jacinto College and this year Brandman University, and done really well to build a college resume already as a senior in high school. She's completed a public safety career tech pathway. We're really proud of that pathway, and she's done a great job there. Where I see her most is as the president of our leadership team. She has done amazing things this year. As all of you know, as educators, you need heavy lifters on campus to really bring the student population along, build the spirit, build the energy, and engage the students and give them a place to belong. Ashley has learned, I think, that leadership equals heavy lifting. She's there a lot of extra hours, a lot of extra time. I think she bothered me the most of anyone this summer. I think, summer's a kind of a quiet time for principals. I look over, oh, Ashlyn's here again. Great, now what do we have to do? I can't get the rest of the job done. So I really appreciate that energy. Like I said, she has boundless energy. A couple things that I'm very proud of. She has taken the physical location and changed it. Just little things. We're a small school, so they make a huge difference, but just the facility. She's taken it, and with her leadership team, really made it beautiful, taken over the bulletin boards and just really celebrated student achievement. She's run some social media campaigns, especially through Instagram, to keep the kids informed. We really appreciate that. And then the events and dances, which I mentioned earlier. Quite a few dances, quite a few events to engage. The other thing that I really appreciate about Ashlyn is her advocacy for clubs. And I know we're here with some giant high schools, but last year we had 2 clubs. This year we have 7. And to me, that's an amazing, amazing testament to her work, including students, getting them involved, giving them a voice, allowing them to have clubs on campus, pushing students to have clubs on campus so they feel a connection to the school. So we really appreciate that. For the future, Ashlyn hopes to attend MSJC for a couple of years, and then she told me she loves the blue field at Boise State. So she hopes to go there and enjoy that crazy blue field. So without further ado, Ashlyn Johnson.
Hello. Thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate it. I just want to say thank you to everyone and for making this possible. And also congratulations to everyone else who also got the same opportunity I do. As Dr. Taylor said, my main goal coming into senior year was to make a change among our campus, since there was a lot of issues with kids not feeling the spirit or not being involved because, they didn't think it was cool. When I first came into the school in general as a freshman, I was very shy and I was insecure. And that's hard to admit, but I'm going to. I mainly admit that because this school really helped me come out of my shell and grow as a person. And that's a lot for me, considering I did struggle with making new friends and just getting out of my box. And as I've grown throughout the years, I would never see myself as leadership president today. And I'm very happy to say that I fulfilled my goal to help other students grow as I am. My main goal as well is to create a legacy for the school. So as I'm going through all these events and getting all the students together, I wanted to crush the whole, the animosity between grades, because they're, seniors are typical for not liking freshmen or anything below that, and I just wanted to change that. And I definitely wanted to see a change amongst the campus because there was a lot of potential for events. And we do have a very small school, and that doesn't change the fact that, we can still be a community and be connected with each other, and everyone should be accepted. And that was just something I wanted everyone to feel as well, since I got that from my experience with River Springs. My biggest lesson with school was that no matter how many times I was knocked down, to pick myself back up. I mostly refer to this with my academia, since that is something I am very passionate about. There's been many times throughout my 4 years of high school that I've been knocked down, but I've just learned from it and I've grown from it. And my teachers have definitely helped me, especially Mr. Kirby. He's my history teacher, but yeah, I believe that the school overall has helped me learn very valuable lessons I'll take with me to college. And as well as that, with the fact of helping people, I definitely want to go to Boise State University to major in nursing and hopefully specialize in trauma. And this way, I just want to give back to the community. I want to hopefully come back to California to be with my family again after I complete my years at college, and give back to the university. And I just always had this goal to help people and to just be an active member. With that said, I'm very grateful for all the sponsors today, and I am thankful for the opportunity to get this award and the recognition. But yeah, with that said, there's Mr. Kirby, my history teacher.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us. It is an honor to be here today, and it's a privilege to be able to present to you Ashlyn Johnson. She's an outstanding student, a wonderful human being, and as I was thinking about what I could share today in 1 minute, which is kind of impossible, I was thinking about one of my earliest memories of Ashlyn and one of my most recent. One of my earliest memories of her was as her world history teacher. We had just completed a unit on the French Revolution, and the students had an option of what kind of project they want to do. We're all about project-based, personalization, and most students want the easy way out. They want to do a quick paper, they want to do a little PowerPoint. But guess what Ashlyn wanted to do? She wanted to rap the French Revolution. And she did. She stood up in front of the class, flipped her hat backwards, put on her glasses, and she's over there, and I'm looking around, the kids are just eating this up, and that's the kind of student Ashlyn is. She's an overachiever and a leader. Most recently, we had an event with the high school. We had an Oktoberfest.
No beer. No beer.
Hey, that was my line.
Oh, sorry.
And so it went very well, I thought, but we didn't have a huge student turnout. And, the kids in leadership were a little bit bummed about it, because the idea was also to raise some money. And I didn't tell Ashlyn anything, but we got to class the day after the event, and she stood up in front of the leadership kids, and she thanked them for coming, and she applauded their efforts, And she just said, you know, we'll do better next time, you know, and that's what a good leader does, Ashlyn, you know. When things don't go perfect, you get out there and you cheer on the troops. And that's just a snapshot of Ashlyn's character and her drive and her positivity. So thank you, and Ashlyn, you're amazing.
Thank you for that. So next are my lovely parents. This is my dad and my mom. My dad's probably gonna speak because my mom will cry. so.
Yeah, she'd cry in a second. I'd like to thank everyone for the recognition and obviously the nomination. Ashlyn's a wonderful daughter, a great student. She brings her presidency home as well and rules her 4 other siblings. And once she has her mind set on something, that's it. She's wanted to be a trauma nurse for 5-6 years now. First thing everyone asks is, you sure you want to be a trauma nurse? And she's like, well, yes. Well, do you know what that involves? She's like, I watch TV. She's seen it all. And we've had this discussion before, and she says, as long as I don't see it happening, I can deal with any aftermath. So she's got her mind set on it, and there's no changing it. And we appreciate her and love her very much for that attribute. Love you.
Do you have now? Okay.
I feel like Ashlyn should do an encore of the rap. Do we think so? I'm joking. Next, we have Mick Wager from Vista Murrieta High School. Thank you, everyone.
Gather around, everybody. I got a big family, thank you. Thank you. Hey, good morning. I'm Mick Wager from Vista Murrieta High School. There have been a lot of similarities. I was just going to point out that this doesn't go on my 1 minute, by the way, Mrs. Walters. And by the way, I was timing other people. No one does it under a minute. There's a lot of kids that were talking about fitting in. The similarities I thought of because it reminded me of this is Malia Webster, our senior student of the month this time. But the whole fitting in thing and learning your way and overcoming your own adversity and kind of self-doubt. That's what she did, and there are a lot of students who have just taken the lead, which she definitely did, and we'll talk about that. And following your own path, there are students that are talking about, you know, natural hair, and Journey, you definitely have awesome hair, and you've got natural hair. And speaking of you, Journey, there are a lot of the students here are involved in the arts, and I'm a fellow musician and guitar player as well, and so keep rocking. And you never know. The other thing is you never know what your path is going to lead to. I mean, I didn't graduate high school thinking I was going to be a high school principal. I thought I was the last person to be a high school principal, and yet, you know, here I am, but the music keeps going regardless, so keep that going. And sorry, I'm off my script, which is never good for me. So I'm proud to introduce Malia here. She is, despite being reserved, soft-spoken, and you may say even a little shy at times, you wouldn't know now, but she definitely has that. She's earned herself and challenged herself to serve in high-profile leadership roles. She is Vista's editor-in-chief of our yearbook, where Mr. Bowen is also the advisor for our yearbook, which is already a huge job in itself. The yearbook is like this tome, huge thing for a big high school. She's Speaker of the Senate, meaning she leads our school's Senate class of student leaders, whose main focus is to organize community events such as food drives, blood drives, things like that, on campus and outside of campus. And talk about putting herself out there despite this sort of shyness. She's Ohana, dance captain. Ohana is like Polynesian dance. She's out there at pep rallies and at various events doing, you know, I'm not even going to try, but, you know, she does the Polynesian dance, which is amazing. And she's also the student rep to Murrieta City Council as well. So she's definitely put herself out there in so many ways. Also doesn't know how to say no, another similarity. She's our go-to student artist in residence. She's enormously upped our game when it comes to poster making. You see kids out there making posters and all that kind of thing, spending hours and hours doing that. And she has instead designed posters, like on the computer digitally, and then they had them printed at the district's print shop. Thank you very much, Mr. Kelly. And instead of painting all these posters and spending hours doing that, they printed these posters, and they look so pro and really awesome for things like the prom dances, other marketing. Really very cool. She's very talented in that way as well. I got off my script again. She's designed T-shirts as well. She's also in our National Honor Society and was selected by her teachers in the past. She's received academic awards in science, social science, visual arts. She's taken 13 AP and college dual enrollment courses, and she's certainly not backed off her senior year because currently this year she's going to complete 6 of those courses in this year alone, and she's maintained over a 4.2 GPA. So she is an incredible student, but lies low on the radar. She doesn't make a big deal of herself. She's extremely humble, and on top of this, she's quick to smile, to help others, and is friendly and admired by students and staff alike. She's been in student leadership all 4 years, and she was recognized and voted by her peers as most inspirational every one of those years. And this is from her peers. This is, they could vote for anybody, and they selected her every year. I'm actually not sure if that's happened before, to tell you the truth, so I have to look at the records, but I'm just going to say it's the first time ever in history. She's a link crew leader as well, helping freshman students transition and adapt to high school life. And just with the little I've shared, I'm sure after hearing what she says and her parents say and Mr. Bowen says, I'm sure you'll agree that Malia is a model of each of our tenets of class, which is character, check, leadership, double check, attitude, quadruple check, scholarship without a doubt, and service, check, check, check. So I'm so glad, Malia, that you are a Bronco and that you spent your time with us. Congratulations to you for this well-deserved honor, and thank you for making Vista Murrieta look good and an even better place to be.
Thank you. Well, good morning. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to just kind of roll your neck. Just roll your shoulders. It's been a long morning, and I am the last one, so I hope I'll try to get through this. But before I begin speaking on my own experience as a high school student, I would like to thank everyone who has organized and supported this event. While us students alike have not done the things that we do to get appreciated, a very nice, very well-organized pat on the back is always good. It's always nice to just be reassured that what you're doing is good and is positive. Other than that, I'd like to attribute a lot of my success to my experience at Vista Murrieta High School. The community and the family that I have built here is phenomenal, and I don't know who I would be without the programs and all of the leadership opportunities that I've had there. I would like to start off by thanking our amazing teachers, such as Mr. Bowen, who have really been there for me all 4 years. Not one teacher have I had a bad experience with, and I've just loved every moment. I've loved learning. I've loved this chance to academically challenge myself in every way, shape, and form. Calculus. It's okay. But other than that, to tell you about my journey, I have to bring it back to the days of middle school. Middle school Malia was very different than this Malia that you see in front of you. I was very shy. I was very scared of being judged by others. I had this fear of what others thought of me, and I didn't realize that this inhibited my ability to pursue the things that I wanted until I got rejected from WEB, our leadership, one of the leadership groups in middle school. And as always, rejections hurt, but I'm so incredibly grateful for that rejection, because without that rejection, I wouldn't have been able to realize that I didn't like my shyness. I didn't like my fear.
And because of that fear, I had realized that I wanted to change this thing about myself. And through that, I had applied to Mr. Murrieta's leadership program. And miraculously, I got into Senate, our program, our branch of the student body government that focuses more on connecting the students to the community through our service events. And going in, I realize now that my reasons for joining leadership was selfish, and I completely own up to that. I wanted to join because of what I saw it could do for me. I wanted to apply because of how I saw it could change the thing in myself that I didn't like, but that's not why I stayed. I stayed in Senate because I fell in love with its purpose. I fell in love with its ability to reach out to others, and I found my own passion in helping those around me. I found this genuine satisfaction from knowing that my efforts had gone towards the betterment of somebody else's day, somebody else's year. I didn't care how big the difference was, but just the fact that I was able to make it and that these programs had helped me to make these things have meant the world to me. I often joke about how maybe if I had just pitched a tent in the quad, I would save a lot of gas money, and because the school is my home, and I couldn't be more proud to call Vista my home. I love the place, and I wouldn't be where I am without it. I wouldn't be where I am, especially without my parents and my family. This drive to want to help, this passion that I've held, has been accumulated and created by the values and the morals that my parents have taught me, that my siblings have taught me, especially Mylene and Zachary. Love you guys. But just my experience in my family home, I've always been taught to do things for others and to do things selflessly, and I could never be more grateful for that lesson that I will take to further my life and the things that I want to do, and Vista has definitely established that more. And, things that I want to do in college. Ooh, that's a fun question. So currently, I am applying to Berkeley and Stanford and the University of Chicago. And previously, throughout my high school experience, I'd wanted to become an architect because I do love math, love-hate relationship, but I do love math, and I love art. But the more that I've thought about what I've wanted to do, I've become more and more interested in what I could do with a business degree. And the idea of possibly owning my own coffee shop one day to give a good thanks to that which had helped me throughout high school, caffeine, thank you. That has become more and more interesting, and just my ability to help others through owning my own business one day just inspires me to do even better and to strive for even harder than I have previously. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome up Mr. Bowen, my amazing first-year graphic design teacher, and now all the way up to my yearbook advisor, to speak.
No pressure following those two. It all started back in Malia's 9th grade year. I was her graphic design 1 teacher, and right off the bat, I knew I had something special in this young lady. It was pretty obvious right away, and as you can tell by all that she's accomplished and all those things that Mr. Wager mentioned, she's been nothing short of amazing. When it came time for the 2nd year of graphic design, it took a little bit more work because Malia is very involved in a lot of things, and I had to beg and plead and beg and plead. Malia, please take graphic design too. I think you'll do really well. I don't know if I can fit it in my schedule. Well, sure enough, she was able to do that, and once again set the mark really, really high for everybody in class. Then came year number 3. Malia, we have graphic design 3 now. I don't know, I got a lot of stuff going on. Sure enough, she couldn't make it that year. So I thought, well, I'm an only child, I don't give up that easy. So, Mr. Pettingill a few years ago came to me with the idea of being the yearbook advisor. And my first idea was, oh no, please no, don't ask me to do that. But I took it on. I always love a challenge, and I can say now that yearbook has become one of my absolute pleasures every day in going to school. But last year I had a bit of a dilemma. All of my highly qualified students were graduating, and I needed a yearbook advisor. I mean, not advisor, that's myself. I needed a yearbook editor. Maybe an advisor too after this. I needed a yearbook editor, and I thought, I asked the kids in the class, and very few of them seemed interested in it, and thought, oh no, I can't have a yearbook without a yearbook editor. And I didn't really know what to do. And then I thought, there's got to be a solution to this. And then I saw Malia walking around campus one day, and I thought, there's my solution. So I mustered up the courage and called Malia in one day, and I said, Malia, how would you like to be in yearbook? I don't know, I've got a pretty busy schedule. No surprise there. Well, how about if I made you the editor? She kind of looked at me surprised. Well, I've never been in yearbook. But that didn't really matter. I knew Malia had what it would take to be a good editor, just from her design skills alone, but also the other things. She knew everybody on campus and everybody knew her. The big concern that I had was approaching the students who were in yearbook and who were going to continue, saying, hey, I'm bringing in somebody new. Well, as you can imagine, it made me quite nervous, but the students were all on board with it. They all knew Malia, they all knew what she was capable of, and without hesitation, they were all 100% in. So Malia, along with a couple other students who stepped up, are working together as co-editors on the yearbook, and I couldn't be more proud of what she's already doing this year. And we've really set the bar pretty high with her, and I don't know what I'm going to do next year, because there's no Malia to come back unless I can persuade her, maybe a fifth-year senior, I don't know.
She's got a lot going on.
In between those college classes, maybe you can come back for a couple. But anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure to have her. I know she's going to do well in everything she does. She's a 1 in a million, and I can't wait to see that 430-page yearbook and what it's going to look like this year. Thank you.
Now to speak for me is my father, Rob Webster.
Good morning. I have to get my script ready. When I found out that she was going to be a student of the month, I was really proud. And when she said I had to make a speech, I was like, oh no. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Obviously, I'm the proud father of Malia Webster. When meeting Malia, it doesn't take very long to be drawn to her radiant smile and her constant positive energy. She's very driven and never afraid to try something new. If any problems arise, she'll always figure these things out. We're so proud of Malia and look forward to sharing all of her future accomplishments. I would like to thank you for recognizing all of her hard work this morning. Thank you.
Okay, wow, you guys were all amazing and so articulate too. Now we're welcoming up your MC for the morning, Mrs. Mary Walters.
Mick's trying to score points because he went way over his time limit this morning. But didn't they have amazing stories? That's why I told you to keep a corner of the napkin. Let's give them another round of applause. They're amazing. Our futures are in good hands, right, Mrs. Moon? So, all right, before I bring up the dignitaries, one last reminder to all of our students, make sure that you fill out this card and send that in, because King Law Firm will give you have an application for a scholarship fee reimbursement. So that's a pretty cool opportunity. So at this time, I'd like to bring up our dignitaries. We have Mayor Jonathan Ingram and Scott Agajanian from the City of Murrieta, Brenda Denstedt from Congressman Ken Calvert's office, John Hunneman from Senator Jeff Stone's office, and Patrick Kelly, our Superintendent of the Murrieta Valley Unified School District. But while they're coming up, I'm going to hold up, these are thank you notes. You see the thank you notes? There's a whole pile for all the sponsors. So students, you have a job to do. You're going to fill out these thank you notes and send it to all the sponsors, but we are going to provide you some assistance so you don't have to hand you all the labels. We have all the labels ready for you. So we've just about done all the work except for writing the note. And once you complete those notes, turn them into your school principal and they will send them out for you. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to John Hunneman.
Good morning.
We've heard that a lot this morning, but I'm here on behalf of State Senator Jeff Stone, who is, I believe he's in India this morning and couldn't be with us. Hey, Kip, come here. Kip? I'm coming. Remember when we had hair like Journey? Yeah! Congratulations to all the students. I heard the word community here a lot today, and that means a lot. And seeing people like Janelle Moon, who I met, I think, my son's first day at Murrieta Valley High School back in 1992. He just turned 40, Janelle. I didn't want to bring that up. Our sons both went through the Murrieta schools. They did the Abaja, Chevelle, and Murrieta Valley thing. And to live in this community and to see the type of students it produces and the type of parents who have come here and discovered what a wonderful place this is to live. I know the senator appreciates that, and as a 30-year resident, I do too. I will be presenting a certificate just like this one, suitable for framing. Anybody who had any brains would have a frame shop right outside the front door here. Also want to remind students on the way out, the senator has his There Ought to Be a Law competition. It's an opportunity to present an idea for a law. We'll pick one or two winners. That person will come up to Sacramento with us and testify about their law. I mean, the bar is kind of low. We passed a law banning straws this year, so I think in this room we ought to be able to do better than that. But again, congratulations to all of you, and good luck this year. Thanks.
Hey, everybody. Can you guys hear me in the back, Emily? All right, I want to start off with my monthly message to Steve, our videographer. Steve, the Ortega Highway, you're still doing it. I heard this up front. Ortega is to highway as Ortega is to chili. It is not suitable for humans. We have to get you off of that. It's a silent killer. All right, guys. I'm always amazed by the group of kids that we get here. And as you know, I'm often amazed by the names. And I want to talk to the principals and teachers. I know you may be tempted one day to nominate a Frank or a Rick, but don't do it. We have got Amaya, Journey, Hannah, which I think they spelled backwards on here, Sung Yoon, Ashlyn with the Y, and Malia. Every month we have the best named students. That is why Murrieta is special, and that's going to keep us pushing forward. By the way, the mayor is supposed to be here this week. He was here actually the entire time, but he had to dip out before the speech. You know, electeds don't like to give speeches, so he had to dip out just in time. But I'd like to just talk about the future of each of these kids really quick, because it's amazing and bright, and you guys have some great, fantastic ideas. Can you imagine, for example, Amaya, what a charismatic business CEO you would make? Where are you, Amaya? Right, Natural Hair Club, that was the same group that I led in school. It's gonna work out wonderful for you. But can you imagine the business CEO she would make? I know many business CEOs. We have 900 businesses in our chamber. We have 9,000 businesses in the city of Murrieta, and not one of them has your charisma. You will make an amazing CEO. So don't lose that. Journey, what a wicked, sick guitar. And the band you're going to be in is going to be amazing. There you are. The band you're going to be in is going to be amazing. Can you imagine this guy leading? Like, I can see you on stage right now. You look like you should already be out there. You should be playing Get Shamrock next year. I have connections. You can get in there. We will have you playing on stage, man. And Hannah, what kind of a classroom would you have? You talked about culture. What a positive classroom you would have. Can you imagine a classroom where the students are all supportive of each other and care about each other? That's the kind of classroom I see you doing. Sung Yoon, you visual arts career? No, performing arts career. You're a comedian, you just didn't know it yet. You're funny as all get out, yes. And that's what you're gonna be doing. Ashlyn, I'm so scared. I always say the worst thing you can imagine me doing is putting me like on an emergency room hotline or a 911 operator, because I panic, I'm not good in emergencies. I would freak out, it would be like a Scooby-Doo skit. But you would make, you have this calmness and air about you that you would make this fantastic person leading the trauma room, getting the doctors in order, saying, get your honey over here and do what you're supposed to do. Put that needle or scalpel, whatever you do. Okay, and Malia, so owning a coffee shop and having this architectural background, can you imagine what a great coffee shop she's gonna design? Like, this is going to be a next generation coffee shop. Nobody's going to have a coffee shop. Nobody has coffee shops like we do, right? No, that was a terrible Trump impersonation, but I can do it more if you want. So it's going to be this amazing coffee shop, but do not just have your standard brick and mortar coffee shop. This had better be special, because you have to use that skill and combine them. Thank you, Kip. I needed to remember this moment always with that picture. Such an important moment. So guys, you guys are fantastic. You're amazing. And remember, no normal names next month. Let's keep this train going. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Samantha. I'm here on behalf of Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez. And I just want to congratulate all of the students. You guys are doing such an amazing job, and you do have a few more months left, so keep pushing. Don't let that senioritis set in. But I did want to say I recently lost a little sister and a best friend on Saturday in a car accident. She was a senior in high school. She was 17 years old. And to see the community rally around her, it really makes you realize that you guys have such a big impact. And her smile and her laugh and her sense of humor and her love for everyone around her is what she's remembered most by. And don't get me wrong, she was a beast in the pool when she played water polo. But her personality and her love of everybody was really what everybody remembers about her. And I want you guys to remember that and make sure that you tell everybody you love them and you give them a big hug, because you never know when it's the last time. So thank you and congratulations.
Good morning. My name is Brenda Denstead, and I'm here today on behalf of our Congressman Ken Calvert, who wants to wish you a sincere congratulations on all of your accomplishments and your efforts to this point, and wish you the very best for your future. As a mom, I am officially an empty nester this year. It's not all what it's cracked up to be, folks. A year ago, I lost my daughter. She was the student that was out at Northern Arizona University who contracted a fatal case of bacterial meningitis. And I can tell you that through this year and the experience that I've had, what I've come to appreciate and know is that in her 19 years on this planet, she had a tremendous impact on the people that she surrounded. So never, ever underestimate the power of kindness and the impact that you can have on others in your everyday life. The things that matter the most. People remember Leanne for her kindness and the things that she did for them out of the goodness of her heart. So while she was an accomplished academic student and an accomplished athlete, that is not what she's been remembered for. So keep that important. The certificates on the wall will only mean so much. What you have in here is what really matters. God bless each and every one of you on your journey. Congratulations.
Well, good morning, everybody. I am incredibly proud this morning to say that I serve as the superintendent for 23,000 students within this community. Students, you are absolutely exceptional, but it's not you who I would like to focus in on this morning. Our parents, wow. Do they have stories? They have stories, and we heard just a smidgen of those stories today. But I think it goes to speak to how those stories impact families and young people. And today we saw examples of how they are impacted so positively and in amazing ways. And sometimes those gifts we receive that come in very, very ugly packages while they're there in front of us are actually beautiful gifts that are shaping young people into amazing, amazing folks for our future. It's pretty powerful. It makes me sit here today in great confidence about how our community and how our young people are going to shape our future in very, very, very positive ways. So congratulations to you, and we were happy to celebrate with you today.
Okay, we're getting close to the end of our program for students. So at the end of the program, you are going to collect your backpack and we are going to gather out front. You saw the chairs when you were coming in, and we are going to take a bunch of pictures. So we'll have pictures with staff members, with our sponsors, with our principals. So we look forward to those out front. And to close our program this morning, I'd like to bring up Sally Myers to share a few words. Thank you.
Thank you. I know that our program is very inspirational, heartwarming, and many of us take copious notes. And I would like to just share a couple of words that were very inspirational to me. So I'd like to ask Maya to please stand. The first thing I wrote about you was enthusiastic, right? To act enthusiastic, you must be enthusiastic. That's what my mother said to me all the time. And I love that about you. And one of the words that came to mind was that you're victorious, you're an overcomer. And to your mom and to your family, I understand the challenges and the amount of moves that you've had, but look how it has prepared you for your special purpose. And I love how your positive and can-do attitude. So congratulations to you, dear. Journey. We've heard that word a few times. And then, Derek, I love what you did. I pulled it off. Life's a journey, it says on our... Oh my gosh, you can have this. There's no cinnamon icing on it, although that might be more fun to have. Journey, the word that came to mind first was authentic and the real deal. You really are. And I loved it when you said, and that's how I am. I love that when someone says, that's how I am. And I also felt like you have just a very charming way of evaluating yourself in just this very truthful way. And I admire that about you. So congratulations to you. Hannah, spelled backwards. Miss Hannah, what I loved about you is that how you value your not only your school culture, but your family culture. And I looked at you and I thought, she really likes others first. And that you talked about making a difference and making a better place for others around you. And in order to do that, you have to give of yourself to be able to do that. And when you said that you've learned how to say no, and yet you've done it in such a unique way. And an example that I related to is I do these 4 Student of the Month programs a month, and a friend of ours from Altura Credit Union wanted to start one in the Hemet San Jacinto area, and she said, Sally, can you do it? And I said, gosh, I'd love to, but I really can't, but I can teach you. And that's exactly what you're doing at such a young age. You're taking passions, or people are actually admiring you for your passions. They have respect for your passions, and you are teaching and sharing so that they can also then spread that great news throughout. So congratulations to you. Sonyun, Miss Sonia, there you are, yes. And I was just really, just loved what you had to say. And the first few words that I wrote down is that obviously you're kind and you listen and you love people, and you can really tell that. You're very articulate about it. I also felt this wonderful gratitude for your family, and obviously your grandmother and grandfather and your aunt and uncle and your mother. And I just loved the fact that you all are embracing God's promise, because we know He never leaves us and never forsakes us, and He's a caring and loving God. And so you really emulate that and are a great testimony. So thank you very much. Ashlyn. Energy was a word I wrote down about you, and how you love getting kids involved and connected that is going to be a very, very successful attribute of yours, and that you love to grow, and your goal is to be able to help others grow. And when you talked about how you pick yourself up when you're knocked down, you know that anytime anything happens, you can learn from it, which is a great character trait to have, so congratulations to you. And Malia, I wrote down full of joy, right? And how you love to learn and you love to meet challenges. And I was thinking about your business degree and coffee shop, and here I am with Sizzler Restaurant, and Scott, you were talking about the building. It could be a tent. You know, she said she wanted to have a tent, but it could be not the tent material, but you know. Yeah, she could really do it well. And that how you have a passion to help others, and you realize that there's a benefit when you are able to help others, and like you talked about, that great satisfaction, and that you truly appreciate your family values. So congratulations to you. So to conclude, we finish with a Minute with Maxwell word, and the word that we're going to listen to this morning is called winners, which each one of you are. So here we go.
JMT coach, what's the word for the day? The word for the day is winners. And one thing I'm certain of is that winners don't just do extraordinary things, they do the ordinary things better than anyone else. Well, Darren, do you want me to participate, or do you just want to kind of... No, I love that. What it said was so good, it's better than anything I'm going to tell you, that's for sure. But I love people like Darren, and I love people like you who every day turn and watch Minute with Maxwell, because you know what it says to me? You want to get better. You want to pick up something today that will help you to be better. Here's what I learned a long time ago: that when you really want to separate the winners from the whiners, the greatest way to separate it is ask for commitment. And I found that winners will rise to the challenge, and whiners will always leave the challenge. Because the challenge is what brings the best out of us. It doesn't mean that we always even meet that challenge, but it means that we are better because we try. And we get stronger and better all the time. So I want to encourage you. You're already a winner. You watch Minute with Maxwell daily. But I want to encourage you today. Just do something, commit to something, strive for something perhaps that you maybe kind of not gone for. Maybe you feel it's a little bit out of your range, out of your comfort zone. But today, why not just kind of give it a shot, give it a punch, and see if you can't go to that winner's level. I know you can. Thanks for being with Darren and me and all of our JMTers in Orlando on Minute with Maxwell today.
That concludes our program. We really appreciate hearing from each one of you. We're going to all go out front of the Sizzler, grab your bags that are made from the city of Murrieta and all the gifts that are inside them, and we are going to take pictures out there. We're going to do a picture with the sponsors that are remaining. We'll do pictures with our principals, our dignitaries, and one with families. So thank you very much. Congratulations.